Good evening, y'all. I have created a brand new account named Lucky so that we could do a rookie guide with rookie clubs and balls. Ish. I hope you survive. Okay, let's go.
Hole number one.
On hole number one, if you don't have great clubs and great balls, even in rookie, I would suggest that you stop it short of these two sand traps here and simply bring it on home with your wood.
Perfect shot.
Now, on the approach shot, if you have the Viper in your bag, go ahead and switch to that one for the first hole. I was afraid of not being able to reach, so I brought the Horizon, but as you can see, I have no backspin and very little curl, no ball guide. It's very difficult to line this one up.
Great shot. Nice on.
Hole number two.
Okay, so on hole 2, par 3, all you have to do is hop it over there, and with these lower level clubs with very little spin, the best idea is just to put some side spin on it, maybe not even top spin or back spin, just hop it over to the hole. And let's address the ring system real quick. You see how I have 2.9 mile per hour? With these lower level clubs, it's literally just make it one ring for every 2 mile per hour and you'll be close. Without ball guide, it's really hard to adjust it.
Great shot.
And of course, you've got to hit perfect or it's not going in the hole 99.9% of the time.
Nice on.
Hit number 3, my lord!
Alright, so here we are with our first par 5, and of course we're very underclubbed. So I'm going to have to change to a power 3 ball. You probably don't have too many of those at this point, but if you do, go ahead and swap over, unless you have an extra mile. And really your main goal here is just to get over this rough area onto the next fairway.
Perfect shot.
Perfect is very, very important if you're going to overpower. Okay, so for our second shot, as you can see, I brought the Horizon again, which, if you have a Viper, it's much more important to have backspin. But I was, again, worried about having enough distance, but now I know better, that the Viper is fine. And as you can see, I'm adjusting my rings, roughly 2 miles per hour per ring. And I'm also being very careful. I don't want to back it up into the rough too much, because I don't want to clip the rough. I'd much rather have a long putt.
Perfect shot.
Okay, but at least you're putting, so you're good to go.
Nice on.
Hole number 4 is a ho-ho-ho.
Alright, so we're back to a par 3, but again, with lower level clubs when no ball guide, my best advice to you is just to hop it over with no backspin and no topspin. I make the mistake of putting one backspin on, but This way you don't have to make the same mistake. And I'm going to move it about a ring and a half, maybe a little bit more. And let me introduce you to short. Remember, no backspin.
Nice on.
It'll roll on up there for you.
Mambo number 5. Bum, 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 bum.
Okay, so another par 4, and all we have to do is plop it over onto that other fairway. And again, we're doing this in rookie with very low level clubs. Obviously, if you have an Extra Mile 8 and a Power 3, Power 4, or even Power 5 ball, go for the green here, because no matter what mistake you make, you're still going to be able to reach.
Perfect shot.
Now, obviously, your second shot, it would be nice if you could get closer, get into that short iron or even wedge range. But with this lousy ball guide, this green does slope way down, so I would suggest being short as opposed to long. I've taken all the backspin I can, and I'm moving it over almost 3 rings. And we'll see if we can get it to grab the fringe and then roll down to the hole.
Perfect shot.
Just a little
Nice
shy.
on.
Hole number 6. 6. 6.
Okay, guys, this one's a tough one. Luckily, I upgraded to a Extra Mile, and I went ahead and put in a Power 5 ball. And I think the mistake I made was I didn't overpower it enough. I'd like to say you need to be down to the end of that sand trap where it opens up again. Now you'll see me land on fairway, but I still feel like I needed to be a little further along. This is a very tough shot. Add some power. Oh well.
Perfect shot.
Now, at this point, I felt like hitting it perfect was more important, but I am short. As you can see, if I was a little further forward, I could come to the left side. And because I have a very low-level horizon, and I would not suggest bringing your Viper to this hole, because even with the Power 5 ball, you see how much I need. And my first instinct was to do a rough bump right there, out of the rough. And I probably, the next time I do this, I'll probably do that. But I just wanted to play it safe and get near the hole. So what I did is I took all the backspin if I had any. But again, you have to have a long wood to do this shot. And curl it as much as possible. And I did not need that overpower. That overpower was just a little too much.
Great shot.
The grate didn't help me either. But we got our bounce right in the middle, and see how I didn't have to overpower it, and it would have stopped on the green. But still close enough, we're good.
Hole number 7.
Alright, now this par 3, you can go from the left, or the middle rough bump, or the right. I'm going to go right, and what you need to know here is most important is use as much backspin as possible. I'm going to move it back about 3 rings, so I'm over adjusting because I just want it to hit the fringe and roll onto the green.
Perfect shot.
And that's what you get without ball guide. Pretty close.
Mole, 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 mole. number 8.
Alright, so we're back to a par 4, and really all you want to do is just hop it over and stay on fairway. Obviously, if you have some high-level clubs and some power 5 balls, you could probably go for the green, but the safe way to go is just to hop over here. And I've adjusted almost 2 rings back, and I probably shouldn't have adjusted so far back, but we stay safe.
Great shot.
Alright, starting to earn the name Lucky. Okay, so for your approach shot, I would suggest, because it does fall off in the back, just to take as much backspin as possible when you have terrible ball guide, and just put it in front of the hole. Obviously, if you have higher level clubs, you would do 3 or 4 backspin, aim the tip at the cup, and then adjust for wind. And I'm adjusting about 1.5 rings, but then I make the small mistake of playing it safe and backing it up a little. I didn't have to back up quite as far.
Perfect shot.
But still a pretty safe shot, so we can put it
Nice
in.
on.
Number 9, 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 number 9.
Alright, here we are on the final hole, and you don't really have to get it too far. It just has to be on fairway. Again, low level clubs, and we're looking at using our wood on our next shot. The mistake I make is I change it to a Kingmaker because I want more side spin, thinking I need more distance. I was just trying to make sure that I could get it to go right past the first rough there. Because as you can see, I have no curl.
Perfect shot.
Take as much curl as it'll allow. As you can see, all you need is the Viper, and you see I'm at minimum club. That's because I have a power 3 ball in, so no need to waste a power 3 ball. So you're going to take full backspin, full left spin, come back as far as you can, because it will roll down to the hole. And obviously if you have more curl than I do, it'll get a lot closer to the hole. So I'm going to underpower it and see what I can do. That's it. That's all the curl I have.
Perfect shot.
So the ball does slow down, and
Nice
easy
on.
putt.
Thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments below if you want to see more videos like this.
Like a Hellcat.